She was kind, but invisible. Until, one magical night changed everything. Once upon a time, in a quiet village, there lived a sweet and kind young girl named Cinderella. After her mother died, her father married a woman with 2 daughters of her own. Sadly, this new stepmother was cold and cruel, and her daughters were selfish and mean. They didn't like Cinderella, and they treated her like a servant in her own home. Cinderella's days were long and tiring. She cleaned the floors, washed the clothes, and cooked the meals, while her stepsisters laughed and wore beautiful dresses. Even though she was often tired and sad, Cinderella never complained. She remained kind, gentle, and hopeful, dreaming of a better life, far away from her chores and tears. One day, an invitation arrived from the royal palace. The king was holding a grand ball, and every young woman in the land was invited. The prince was looking for someone special to marry. Cinderella's heart filled with excitement, and for the first time in a long time, she felt a little hope. She wanted to go to the ball, to dance, and to feel free, even if only for one night. But her stepmother laughed and said, "You? Go to the ball? You have nothing to wear." She made sure Cinderella stayed home, giving her more work to do, while the stepsisters prepared for the party. On the night of the ball, they left in shining carriages, dressed in silk and jewels, while Cinderella sat alone in the kitchen, trying not to cry. Suddenly, a soft light filled the room. A woman appeared, beautiful, kind, and glowing like the moon. "I am your fairy godmother," she said, "and you shall go to the ball." With a wave of her magic wand, she turned a pumpkin into a golden carriage, mice into horses, and Cinderella's old clothes into a sparkling gown, with glass slippers. But there was one rule: she must return home before midnight, when the magic would end. At the palace, everyone turned to look at the mysterious girl in the beautiful dress. The prince was amazed by her beauty and grace. He asked her to dance, and for the rest of the evening, they danced together, under the stars. Cinderella felt happy, alive, and truly seen, for the first time in her life. But, as the clock began to strike 12, Cinderella remembered the warning. Without a word, she ran down the palace steps, leaving behind one of her glass slippers. The prince picked it up, and promised to find the girl who had stolen his heart. The next day, the prince searched the kingdom. Many girls tried the slipper, but it didn't fit. When he arrived at Cinderella's house, the stepsisters pushed in front, but the slipper was too small. Then, Cinderella stepped forward. The glass slipper fit her perfectly, and the prince recognized her smile. Soon after, Cinderella married the prince, in a beautiful ceremony. She left behind her life of sadness, and became a kind and wise princess. She never forgot where she came from, and she always treated others with love and respect. If you enjoyed this story, please support our channel. Click subscribe and turn on the bell, to enjoy more easy English stories every week. Your support means the world to us. Cinderella's life is full of unfairness. She works all day while her stepsisters do nothing. Her stepmother is cruel, but Cinderella has no power to fight back. This shows how some people are treated badly in society, especially women without money or family support. Even in this hard life, Cinderella stays kind. She doesn't become angry or selfish. She waits and hopes for a better future. Her kindness becomes her strength. The story tells us that goodness can survive, even in dark times. When the fairy godmother helps her, it is not just magic. It is a symbol. It shows that Good people may receive help when they need it most, but only if they don't give up. The prince chooses Cinderella, not because of her beauty, but because she is kind, quiet, and honest. In the end, Cinderella finds freedom, not only love. She escapes her life of pain. This is the real happy ending. When someone finally gets the life they deserve.